We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Hey, here we go. Sunday. Hold.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker to third.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Tuesday. No ball. Catch left. Line.
Just beating the play clock, Smith. It's caught. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
In motion right, that's Claypool. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Aaron Sipos on to punt for Philadelphia.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Hey, it's a clip.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
49, flip her off, 49.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line
of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now it's Smith. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Eluding the pressure. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Jalen Hurts with another touchdown rushing. 13 touchdowns, led all quarterbacks last year on the ground. No one else had more than 8. And, of course, we all remember the 3-touchdown game in the Super Bowl. So called running plays or scrambles, Jalen Hurts is dangerous.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On first down, Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings us 2nd and 4 at the Seahawks 12-yard line.
Tiger swarm, Tiger swarm. Time left yet.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Eagles 7, Seahawks 0.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll try the left side. Merritt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Dallas now to return it from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
53.
Smith and Jigba in motion right.
13 next.
3rd and 2, Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
There we go, sit on. Middle. 13 next.
Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. This time the extra point up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give you unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Hurts. Goes with the out route and completes it to Swift. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the best in the NFL in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't match to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. In motion, the tight end.
63.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Aaron Siposs now. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Wow, and that is incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Smith now to throw. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. back to throw now on first down. Escaping. Hurts fumbles it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there. And that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone. He's past the 30, sheds off the tackle. And he is finally going to be taken down. Boy, that could have been a really late swing here, but the attempt to return the field goal snuffed out. And that'll do it for this first half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. In motion right, that's Metcalf. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. picked by Ronnie Harrison. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. The drive will start with an option going left.
It's fumbles. Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On second down now, Merritt. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Merritt, and he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On first down, Merritt. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, if anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
backside guys,
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Penny. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have retaken a third-quarter lead.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Geno. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Lockett, the motion man right.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw is Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Check 59, check 59, cover, cover.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, Smith. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jalen Carter able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Tackle by Darrell Taylor.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
They'll set up a throw. And he is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll run on 1st down. Narrow. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 4. Throwing is Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Eagles.
Brown the motion man right. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one.
And he's loose again. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks. Now Myers for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
And this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
There he goes left side. Up to midfield. He might take this all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Eagles have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. This game wasn't tied for long. How about that? A big return here in the 4th.
And this is that time of game where every big play is magnified. 4th quarter, kick return for a touchdown. You've got to feel great about your chances at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they regain the lead. Now we'll see if they can hold it. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Hassan Reddick, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
13X.
Back to throw, Smith. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
A partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and a mile. Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get 1 more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
After the interception, here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
From the gun, it's Walker. 2 yards, good enough for first. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Gino on 1st down. Throw out wide to Walker. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Throwing is Smith. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now Gino. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Jalen Carter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes 2nd down.
Hey, go flip her up. Hold on. Tuesday. No more.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Catch left. Line.
Here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
For the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down.
Hey, it's a clip. On.
Smith's going to throw it. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
Check 59, cover.
They snap it to Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, Silver.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his running back out of the backfield, and that should do it. He's got a 1st down, and the Eagles, they can run it out from here.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
73.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Merritt. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. One last throw here for Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Eagles are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3.